There's no doubt about that. But I do try to share with as many people as I can, so.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, good. Okay. Well, good to have you on. And so we're going to start out with our Heisenkost. It's similar to a Gouda. It's just a higher fat than a traditional Gouda.
Yeah.
Um,
Very soft.
Yeah.
So it's extremely soft. It sticks to the knife when you cut it because it does have kind of more fat to it. But
this
also,
would actually cut with one of them wire cutters really nice.
oh yeah.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I had a Dutch lady in my store one time and she's like, oh, it's good. But she says it's too much fat in it.
Excuse me? Isn't that cheese?
But because, and she was a cheesemaker from the Netherlands. So, you know, she knows traditional Dutch Gouda. And she just said, it's really good. But she says it is, you know, if you are going to be graded on it, it has too much fat. But we like it. So,
Yes.
It's our take on
Yes.
a traditional
and
cheese.
it's not that we're trying to copy it in that fashion, but it's America. We can rebel. And so
That's in your character, I believe.
it's going to come out more. So, but it's a nice natural color. So the grass is really nice and green. So green grass, yellow cheese. And so the flavors are beautiful. It's nice, silky on the palate and, you know, softer. It's just super, super pleasant. Flavors are just excellent in it. So we're really, really happy with that one, how it turned out.
So yeah, you do get some of the butterscotch and the caramel notes in it, which is really nice. And then we're going to pair this with the honey roasted pecans that we put in the box this month. And so it really is a really good pairing. You get the little crunch in there with that high fat. It's really nice. So that turned out to be a really good pairing. And these pecans we get from Oliver Pecan in San Saba. So there's some friends of ours, and San Saba is the pecan capital of Texas. So, you know, we had to get.
Yeah, they were a hit.
Yeah. They're really good. And they pair, we don't have blue cheese this time, but these pecans also pair really nicely with our Bosque Blue. But you can pair them with different things. I actually tried it with the next one we're going to try too, the Spring Rave, and they're good with that too. But anyway, so these pecans are pretty fun. I like that together.
So
it's good together.
Do you have any cheese left?
I think the only thing I had left was one you just had. Hang on a second. That's what I was looking at.
Okay.
I had the garlic pepper Havarti, which my daughter and my granddaughter are big fans of Havarti, so I made sure there was some extra left. And the Heisenkost, isn't that the one we just talked about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything else is gone.
Okay.
The caraway, no, is that right?
It's a,
Yeah.
I'm
getting ahead of myself. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. Human.
It looks like
yes.
It does. Yes. Yeah, it does look like caraway, but the seeds are slightly different. They are a little. We'll get to that one in a moment. So
yeah.
So yeah, so that's what we have for the first one, and yeah, beautiful cheese. So the next one is the Spring Rave. That is a new one that I came up with, and you know, sometimes, I mean, you don't really know exactly what's going to happen when you make a new cheese, but we're super happy with it.
Yeah. I'm going to mute myself so the sound doesn't interfere with you while they're cooking dinner. Okay.
Fine. And so this one I used a blend of 3 different cultures, and of course they're all raw milk already, so there's a lot of natural flora in it, but then I still manipulated some flavors, and then that'll affect texture also. But it really does have some amazing flavors. Super, super happy. This is a natural rind. So on this one here, it is a natural rind where we wash it every day for 30 days with a brine solution. So we literally wash it with a kind of a rag and just create this nice briny rind on it. and it'll bloom a little bit with some molds that are in the cave. But it really gets a lot of oxygen, so it'll really change the flavor of the cheeses on how it ages.
Yeah,
So
so
you
this
can
one has a
explain the-
lot of earthiness, kind of earthy is, and the closer you get to the rind, you're gonna get more earthiness. And those are kind of those flavors out of the aging room. And so, it really, this one's really nicely balanced. It's like kind of the thing when we were kind of doing tasting notes that kept coming out, it's just very well balanced. And so nice flavors, you get some buttery, but also a little bit of pungent and again, just really earthy. So it's just a really great all around cheese, I think. And then it does pair nicely with those pecans as well. So
Hmm.
this will melt too. I haven't really
Oh,
done
I
a lot
would
of
think
cooking.
so.
I haven't done a lot of cooking for this one because we haven't
No, we
had
haven't
it
had
in
it
the
very
house a
long.
whole lot. We just pulled it out of the cave 2 weeks ago. So I need to cook with it, but it will melt. This will
Yeah.
definitely be a good melting cheese.
With the
as well.
cultures I use, it will melt. So it's kind of interesting with certain cultures, you'll get better melters.
Yeah,
And this one I figured would melt.
I think
Nice.
this one should be on a pizza.
We'll
Just
try it.
spike it on top of a pizza.
Yeah.
Be really good, actually. So that'll be,
And when it warms up, it really is
Mhm.
explodes. So
yeah.
okay, so the next one is our sheep cheddar. And that is one of my, I mean, I like all my cheeses, but that one I'm pretty fond of. And I like it when it's aged a lot. Now this one is pretty old. This got to be 2 years.
This one, it's yeah, I think this one here is, I think what we sent out was probably closer to a year.
Okay.
But
This
Okay.
one is
is
particular
it 2
one.
years? Or
Uh,
maybe we sent everybody 2
No, I
years.
think it was. I think it's going to be about 2 years
Okay.
old. I mean, looking at this,
Yeah, it
and
is very old.
I did cut all them up, so I think they are 2
2
years.
years. So then the tasting sheet's a little bit wrong, but
Okay.
sorry. But yeah, because this is very crystal. So when you open up that sheep cheddar, you can just see, I'll try to put it up here for anybody who watches later. You can just see those white crystals in there. So as this ages, really gets a lot of that crystallization. And it slices, but of course it's still pretty crumbly because it's sharp and the moisture content just decreases as it ages.
Yeah. So it is a cheddar from sheep's milk,
Mhm.
aged, nice crystals in it.
Very salty.
And yeah, it is salty and it does pair nice. When we had this on the docket tonight, I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to open a little red wine. So I got some winemaker's choice from Brennan's. I'm trying to find
big-
out the year, but I don't see it on there. So I don't know,
It's the bold red.
but it's a good one.
So-
Bold red wine with that cheddar is amazing.
Yeah. That's an excellent pairing with this for sure.
Bordeaux's, heavy cabs, great ones with that. So that's a lot of fun.
Then the
Okay.
next we'll try is, I guess, the garlic black pepper.
Okay,
And so this is one we've been making this every year for probably, I don't know, quite a while already.
4 years?
More than that.
More? Okay, maybe.
Because this is
I
one,
don't know.
this
Time gets
was,
away from me.
this was the first one you made, and one Saturday morning you had a wild hair and said, I'm gonna make Havarti.
Sounds like
And
me.
you like found a bunch of garlic, crushed it up and like
Yeah.
ground every pepper fresh, and we come out and you're in the middle of making this. There's just garlic everywhere. So I remember coming to the cheese shop, there's garlic all over because he fresh pressed all the garlic.
Yeah, that is true.
And so we buy it pre-cut now, but we make a lot more, but that was a small batch. I think you made
Yeah.
that 7 years ago.
Well, maybe so.
think?
It's been a while already.
I don't know, time goes so fast. But so the first Havarti made, so it's garlic and black pepper. And we've changed the Havartis. I mean, I think you kind of perfected the Havartis over time.
A little bit,
So we
yeah.
do make a different flavor every quarter, which we a lot of times we'll put in the club. But this one's just, I mean, you can snack on it by itself. And then, of course, it's great on sandwiches, really good on hot sandwiches because all the
Yeah.
garlic comes through. And so
Yeah.
it's just really a fun, melts, of course, very, very well.
It does explode with a little heat on there, so.
Yeah.
And all these cheeses, it's nice to serve them a little warmer, not cold out of the fridge.
Yeah.
So,
And so Havarti is that softer because it's, after we drain, you stir it for how long in the warm vat?
probably 40 minutes. And we rinse it a little bit too. We rinse just a little water over it to wash a little lactose off.
Mhm.
And what that does, it just makes a smoother texture. So it's by washing it, rinsing it just a little bit, not a lot, but just a little.
So it makes it really, really soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, Havarti is probably the softest cheese we make, so. Okay. I mean,
Besides this
besides-
one,
Well, that, yeah. that-
this one's
both
softer.
types of process,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, and then we have the Kumikos.
Mhm.
So it is our version. It's basically a Heisenkos with cumin in. It's a little difficult to get the seeds mixed in. Those seeds are really heavy, so when we stir them in, if we stir too long, it's kind of weird. If we stir too long, we actually start losing more, but there's sometimes a little heavier spot now and then, and it's maybe sometime I'll get it perfected. I'm trying to, but it is, I'd say it's a difficult thing to really master the way I do it, because maybe of my equipment, I'm not sure how they would do it in the Netherlands, but it's to get it mixed in without the seeds separating, it's really difficult. So it's not bad, but every once in a while you might get a little douse of more, but that's why. So
'Cause you drain the whey.
we drain the whey
You
and
wash
then
it, the curds a little.
not,
yeah,
oh no, we don't wash, the curds we put water in earlier.
early,
So the,
okay, after, before you drain.
so it's just draining, and then normally what we do is like with Heisenkos, we push the curd all up on the vat. But with this one, we have to mix a seed in and
Mm.
then push it up.
Okay,
But, so I don't really like disrupting all the curd after we drain, but with this one we do, and that's probably why there's a little more texture in it, and that's why.
uh-huh.
So it's just
Well, I mean,
the
so it's
challenges of adding a flavor. So.
you know, it seems like it'd be simple, but yeah.
No, it's not. That one is actually quite difficult.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
But if you like cumin, you'll love this one. If you don't, share with a friend, because you
Yeah.
know, it is a strong cumin flavor. But
yeah.
I mean, we enjoy it. But
Yeah.
it's just, I know not
But we're
everybody does.
Dutch.
Well, yeah, we're Dutch.
So, so this is a very traditional Dutch, and I say that, jokingly too, but we do have some people that immigrated from the Netherlands in our area, and they tried it and they're just like, oh my gosh, it's spot on. It is so good. So they really, really enjoyed it. So even the Dutch will say it's a great cheese. So I'm happy with that one.
So
Okay.
I think that's really what we're gonna
Okay.
we're just quick little recap on each cheese, and hope you all enjoyed those. And send any feedback that you'd like later on.
Well, thanks.